Hello, Year 7. Welcome to your 8th lesson of the Bible story scheme that we're looking at. Okay, let's have a look at your keywords. Firstly, we got personification. Think of the first part of the word where it's got person. That might give you a bit of the clue as to what the word means. Have a look at the question. What does Jesus personify? What qualities does Jesus personify? So stop the video now, please, and jot down your answer. Okay, so personification. Personification actually means giving something inanimate, so something that's not human qualities. Hence the reason I said to you, think about the first part of the word of personification, which is person. Okay, so if you think about Jesus, what he personifies would be along the lines of truth, compassion and forgiveness. So if you've got something like that or similar to that, then well done. Your next new word is figurative. Okay, so have a think about if you've got any idea what that might mean, if you want to stop it and try and have a guess. If not, let's have a look. So figurative, it's allegorical or metaphoric. Okay, allegorical means like it's symbolic, and figurative is non-literal. So think about metaphors, similes, that sort of thing. So in the Bible, what do you think light might represent? So if you can pause the video now, please, and see if you can jot down something, that'd be great. Okay, light. If you've got something similar, light would be symbolic of holiness, goodness, knowledge, wisdom and hope. So very positive things, okay? So if you had something that was dark, it would be symbolic of all the opposite, so nasty things, opposites to what I've already just said, okay? So your knowledge goal today is going to be to explain figurative language and relate it to your work. Now, if you remember in the last lesson, you were beginning to plan your own parable, and what you're going to be doing today is continue to add to your planning. Okay, so you're going to be revising what figurative language is and picking examples of figurative language out of the parables. Right, an explanation of what figurative language is. Figurative language is when you use a word or phrase that doesn't have its normal, everyday, literal meaning. Okay, writers can use figurative language to make their work more interesting or more dramatic than literal language, which simply states a fact. By literal language, we could say your bedroom is really messy. If we're going to be using figurative language, we can use like a simile or a metaphor, and to conjure up that image for the other person, you could say your bedroom looked like a bomb had exploded. Right, there's your simile. There are at least 5 main categories of figurative language, and these are metaphors, similes, personification, hyperbole and symbolism. Okay. So metaphors are when you're saying one thing is something else, or the world is a stage, for example. Similes is saying that one thing is like another. Personification is giving something inanimate. Excuse me, got somebody at the door. Something inanimate, human qualities. Hyperbole is extreme exaggeration, and symbolism is giving something symbols. It's symbolizing, sorry, I'm just seeing who's at the door. Symbolism is when you have something that actually represents something else. So let's have a look at some examples. So a metaphor. The snow was a white blanket. It's not really, but obviously that's what the snow would look like. A simile, this is where you use like or as. So an example of that is they fought like cat and dog. Okay, so it conjures up that image. You can imagine fur flying around and nails and claws out and attacking each other. Personification, lightning danced across the sky. We dance, lightning doesn't, it flashes across the sky, but you can use that to conjure up again that image for the other person, the reader or the person that you may be speaking to. Hyperbole, I'm sure we've all used this to some degree or another. If you're getting home late, you say, my dad's going to kill me when he gets in. He's not going to, but you use that as extreme exaggeration. Or if you're not tidied your bedroom, your mum could be telling you, I've told you a million times, get that room done. I forget the amount of times that I've said that myself. Symbolism. So colours can be very symbolic in a story that you might read. Yeah. So red can symbolise blood, passion and anger. For example, Harry Potter, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you've got Harry Potter's scar, and that could be symbolic of his bravery. Now, let's have a look in a parable. So we got actually a symbol here. Your symbol would be water. So Moses brought the people together before a great rock. Out of the rock came forth a stream of water, which ran like a little river through the camp and gave them plenty of water for themselves. So thinking about that little section that we've just read, I just want you to stop the video for a moment and just have a think about what you think water might represent. Okay, let's just have a look back at that extract. So Moses brought the people together before a great rock. Out of the rock came forth a stream of water, which ran like a little river through the camp and gave them plenty of water for themselves. So this water actually could be symbolic of life and hope, obviously, because we can't live without water. Okay, so that's what this water could be symbolic of. And therefore, what happens when people follow God's words? So stop the video again and have a little think. So, for example, to follow God's words, it could be that, you know, he will give you what you need, trust in him, and he will deliver whatever it is that might be needed. In this case, it was water. Now, remember, again, let me just remind you that none of these stories are there to in any way sort of challenge any of your religious beliefs. So please do remember that. They are just used as a piece of writing for us to look at. Now, what I want you to do, as I said to you at the beginning of this video, you're going to be adding to your planning. So thinking about what you've already planned for. So try to include some use of figurative language. You might have something that you might want to be symbolic of, maybe goodness or kindness. It could be a colour, as we said before, or it could be an object. You can think about using some metaphors, similes, personification, even hyperbole, if you so choose. So do think about where and how you are going to incorporate this into the parable that you will be writing. So stop the video and add to your planning, please. Your final feedback, a metaphor. If you need to click back and look at the video and see what it actually means, the metaphor. Is the Garden of Eden a metaphor? If so, what might it be a metaphor for? Your other new word, figurative. Do you think the Bible used figurative language? Okay. Thank you very much, and I hope you all have a lovely day.